Hey everybody, let's play Dead. Yeah, I promised the fun room, so we're gonna have the fun room this time. Yes.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Oh, just some absolutely heart-wrenching acting there. So yeah, Richard, long-lost team member, has been bit by a giant snake, and we now have to trace our steps back to a previous save room that has some serum, and then we have to run back and give it to Richard so Richard won't die yet, because Richard's gonna die no matter what. That's just a fact of life. Now the thing about this is there's no timer on the screen or anything like that, but you are timed. I don't... Crimson Head? Okay, good. You're not a Crimson Head yet. I know you're oh god. That scared me. You are timed on this. I know that much, but I don't know how long it is. Fucking zombie creepy ass. I don't know, it's like 3 minutes or something crazy like that. Whoop, serum. And if you don't get back in time, Richard will be dead. But why do we want to keep Richard alive if he's gonna die anyway, you ask? That is a good question. I don't have time to deal with you, zombie. Get out of my face. We need to keep Richard alive, because Richard has something awesome called a combat shotgun. But Paul, you already have a shotgun. Well, the only thing better than a shotgun is a combat shotgun, I always say. So we will go back, save Richard, and then we will get ourselves a shotgun when we inevitably face off with the snake that did this to him.
Here, Richard.
The way it works is we save Richard now,
Hang in there.
and then in a bit we're going to gain access to that room with the snake.
Here's my radio.
Oh, your radio, thank you.
Take
That
it.
could be handy.
I'm...
And there's a death mask in the room with the snake, I remember that. And then Richard will come in and something has to happen. And basically he will sacrifice himself to save us. And then we can pick up his combat shotgun. Oh god. Just one for good measure. I don't trust them when they're on the ground. Oh yeah, this room. Fuck, I might need... I remember something about this room where we couldn't pick anything up if we didn't... Well, I picked that up. There's a candlestick here and you have to light it. And I remember that you couldn't pick stuff up if you don't have the room lit. And I think there's a zombie in here. Yep, zombie in there. Deal with me. Holy crap, this guy just keeps coming. Good God. Alright, so... It's too dark. Dang it. Okay, so the other piece of sheet music is in here to combine with the first piece of sheet music. And that will give us the full piece of music we can play on the piano to open a secret door, but I don't have my lighter. So we can't find the music. Is basically what this comes down to. Shit. We gotta go get the lighter. Hang tight, Richard. Chill, walk straight. guess at least there's a save room nearby. Now, I wanted to clarify, because I forgot to do so. I actually had to go and read a wiki page to make sure I was correct about this, because I couldn't remember. But I did find out more about the Trevor family, that we were reading their journal entry. Excuse me. So, I just realized that we don't have an empty slot now. Oh, we can't really get rid of anything, so how are we going to pick up the sheet music? I think I'm just going to have to go and put that death mask. Yeah, I have a death mask in my inventory. Shit. Okay, we'll go to the graveyard first, and then we'll come back and get the sheet music so that we can go play the piano, so that we can get the key to the room with the big bad snake. I don't know why we need a key, since Richard just came from there. Okay, anyway, we found that diary entry from George Trevor. George Trevor was the architect of the mansion that we're in, right? And so in the 60s, like 67, he designed this mansion and had it built for Lord Oswell E. Spencer. So Oswell Spencer was planning to use this mansion as a secret laboratory for Umbrella, and once the construction of the mansion was completed, he invited George Trevor and his family, his wife Jessica and his daughter Lisa, to live here. What happened was they wound up being taken captive once they moved here by Umbrella, and they were being experimented on with the progenitor virus, which would eventually become the T virus, which is what caused this outbreak in 1998. So, first mask. Gross. Three more to go. So they, what was it? His wife was unresponsive to the experiments, so they killed her. And his daughter Lisa sort of like mutated the virus and adapted it, and became this freakish monster, and they just continued to experiment on her over the years. George Trevor managed to escape and used the mansion as sort of a hideout, with all the knowledge he had of, you know, its secret doors and hallways and traps and everything. So he managed to sort of hide out in the mansion and try to make his escape from the estate. However, he supposedly gave up hope when he found a tombstone with his own name on it in a secret passage of the mansion, basically realizing that they had planned to kill him from the start after he moved there. And nobody exactly knows how he died, I don't think, but we're going to sort of try to uncover that as we play the game. As for his daughter Lisa Trevor, who was freakishly mutated and experimented on, she still wanders the halls, they say. Actually, no one says that, but she is here somewhere, and she is quite freakish, and we will run into her eventually. And if you're still watching when that time comes, you are a brave soul. Okay, we have the music. This is good. It's the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. That zombie's gonna stand up at some point and just come at me. It's gonna come at me, bro. Hey, Richard. He's probably just like, why the fuck is she running back and forth so many times? And I've been asking myself that. I'm gonna go put the lighter back in our inventory box because we do not need it. And frankly, I'm just tired of carrying so much crap. Let's get rid of you. We're going to be getting rid of some keys very soon. We also need to replace the lighter with this wooden shield, because that is finally going to come into play as we make our way towards the room with the snake. The snake's name, by the way, is Jan. I guess because it has a gaping like jaw. It's called a yawn, like you're yawning, I assume. Everything that we're doing with this sheet music is basically so that we can get the key to unlock the room with yawn in it. But that's really just a MacGuffin because the death mask is in there. That is our ultimate goal. Really convenient that Jill knows how to play the piano. It's funny because Chris has no idea how to play the piano, and so if you're playing as Chris, Rebecca winds up finding you in this room. And she's like, well, I remember a little bit, and like, you go off and do other stuff, and she stands here and like practices. I love the Moonlight Sonata. This was always one of my favorite parts. But yeah, like as Chris, you would come back eventually, and she would be like, hey Chris, I got it, I think. And then she would play it perfectly, and then the door would open. So like Rebecca has to do it for you. Okay. Oh, I think this is actually something with George Trevor. Trevor's diary, here we go. 11 days have passed since arriving on the estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat came with a plate of skimpy meal and said to me, sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons. That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only two people that know the secret of the mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family. I hope they're all right. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you're safe. How could I be so careless? I lost my favorite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to get out of this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to visit her. But wait, even as I'm writing this, my memory's coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in the lab coat said something like, most likely your family is. I pray for their safety. Somehow I managed to get out of that room. Getting out of this mansion won't be easy. I have to get past all the booby traps, tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember for my own sake. Right, so he was being kept here. Decided to escape. Realized that they were going to either experiment on him or kill him, one or the other. And so he's been hiding out in these different rooms, trying to use these secrets to his advantage to escape. But this was all in the 60s. Okay, so we have replaced the golden emblem in there with the crappy emblem from the mantle, so we're going to put the gold emblem shield into here. And it has opened up the clock face. Well, not the face, but the gears. Also, let's finally grab this freaking thing from the... Yeah. About time, right? Alright, this puzzle. When the two have run each other through, the path to your destiny will open. It looks like you can turn the... No, we're not going to try it yet. You have to match it to the painting. I remember. A picture of two knights striking each other. The sword has been thrust into the breast of the knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other. So the big hand has to go on the 12. The headpiece. I'll turn it left. Oh. The large gear moves the tiny, the shorter hand. That's okay. That's how they try to get you. Hey. Okay, wait a minute. Oh god, I just confused myself in my head. That goes there. Let me look at this freaking painting one more time. Right. Right. Clearly. Okay. There we go. That should be it. Ah. And this will reveal... the key to Jan's room. Heck yeah. Let's go kill a snake.